Hello children, I hope you are all fine and safe. In EVS, first lesson is Living World. Children, if you come out of your home and see all around you, what can you see? You can see a number of plants, trees, forests, hills, birds, animals and small insects and so many other things. The things around us is our environment. We should keep our environment clean always and we should protect our environment. In our environment, there are so many living and non-living things. How can we say that the things are living and or non-living? The living things have some special characteristics. By seeing that characteristics, we can decide that they are living things. Plants and animals are living things. The characteristics of living things we will study in detail in this lesson. There are 9 characteristics. Now we will study them one by one in detail. The first characteristics of living beings is living beings are made up of cell. First characteristics of living beings, living beings are made up of cells. Plants are made up of plant cells and animals are made up of animal cells. The picture is given in the textbook. We will study about the structure and functions of the cells in the higher classes. In the plant cell and animal cell, there are so many organelles and each organelle has specific function in the body of the organisms. So don't worry about the structures and functions. Just remember that living beings are made up of cells. As we construct houses using the bricks, our body is made up of millions of cells. The basic unit of the body of the organism is the cell. The plant cell is like that. See, vacuole is there, nucleus is there and so many other parts are there. You can see it in your textbook. Animal cell is somewhat like this and nucleus is present at the center. There's differences also between the two cells, but just remember that living beings are made up of cells. Next characteristic is living beings respire. Next characteristics of living beings is living beings respire. Second point is living beings respire. You have studied it in the lower classes. We respire through lungs. Animals always respire through lungs and plants respire through a special opening on the lower surface of the leaf called stomata. We take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide during respiration. Plants also need oxygen for their respiration. So next point is, next characteristics of living beings is living beings eat food. Next characteristic of living beings is living beings need food. Third one, living beings need or eat food. You all know that we need energy, but from where we get energy? We get energy from the food we eat. Plants also need energy to do lot of works. We do lot of works and lot of activities every day. We get energy from the food we eat. Animals also do lot of works, like elephant carries the load. Sometimes it helps the people and the bullocks pull the carts and dog guards your house. Like that, to catch the prey also, they have to run always, or they have to run from the enemies. For all these works, animals need energy. The energy they get from the food they eat. Then how does the plant get food? Plants prepare their own food inside the plants, parts of the plants. Then the process of preparing food in the plants is called photosynthesis. We'll study about photosynthesis in detail. What is photosynthesis? See, in plants, the process of preparation of food is called photosynthesis. But how it prepares food? Let us see. See, it is the plant. You know that plants have roots. Through roots, they absorb water and minerals. See, these are the roots of the plant. This is the plant. You know that plants are always green. The green color of the plants because of the green pigment called chlorophyll. See here, chlorophyll is present in the leaf and roots absorb water and minerals from the soil, and they need sunlight also. The energy of the sun is called solar energy. Then plants need carbon dioxide from air to prepare their food. So plants use solar energy, carbon dioxide and water and minerals from the soil, and they prepare food using the green pigment present in the leaves called chlorophyll, and this process of preparing food in plants is called photosynthesis. Important. What is photosynthesis? The preparation of food in plants is called photosynthesis. How to learn it for the exam? See, plants use solar energy, carbon dioxide in air and water and minerals from the soil through roots, and they prepare their own food using chlorophyll present in the leaves. This process is called photosynthesis. Some plants do not prepare their own food. They depend upon the insects, or they eat the insects for their food. Such type of plants are called insectivorous plants. For example, Drosera, Nepenthes and Utricularia. Nepenthes is also called as pitcher plant. The pitcher shaped leaves are modified into pitcher shaped structures. Whenever the insect comes and sits on the leaf, it closes its lid and follows the insect for their food. Such type of plants are called insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants. See, plants prepare their own food. So, plants are called autotrophs. Plants prepare their own food. So, plants are called autotrophs. This is about the food in plants. Next, food in animals. How the animals get food. How they are classified depending upon their food habits. So, food in animals. Food in animals. Animals do not prepare their own food. They depend upon plants and animals for their food. So, animals are called heterotrophs. Animals are called heterotrophs. Plants are called autotrophs. Animals are called heterotrophs. Then, depending upon the food habits, animals are classified into 3 categories. First one is herbivores or herbivorous animals. What are herbivorous animals? The animals which eat only plants and plant products are called herbivores or herbivorous animals. Example, cow, goat, etc. Then one more type of animals, carnivores. Carnivores or carnivorous animals. What are carnivorous animals? The animals which eat other animals or flesh of other animals are called as carnivores or carnivorous animals. Example, lion, tiger, etc. Then third type of animals, omnivorous animals or omnivores. What are omnivores? The animals which eat both plants as well as animals are called as omnivorous animals. Example, cat, dog, etc. So, animals need food for their activities. Animals are classified into three categories depending upon their food habit. Fourth characteristics of living beings. Living beings grow. See, you know that small baby grows into a boy or girl and it will become adult. Small plant grows into a big tree after several years. Then small chick grows into hen or cock. Then this is called as growth. Then what is growth? The increase in the height and size. Increase in the height and size of the organism is called growth. What is growth? The increase in the height and size of an organism is called growth. Growth doesn't take place rapidly in 1 or 2 days. Takes place slowly, year by year. So, the fourth characteristics of living beings is living beings grow. The next characteristics of living beings is beings move. The next characteristics of living beings is living beings move. Living beings move from one place to another place. See, we have special organs. Animals have special organs for their movement. We walk on 2 legs and animals walk on 4 legs. Then birds fly with the help of their wings and fish swims with the help of its fins. Then how do the snakes move? Do the snakes have legs? No. The snakes crawl on the ground. They do not have legs. So different types of animals move different in different types. So next, see the one filling the blanks is there in the textbook. See the textbook. See humans. The organ of movement is legs. Then this bats use wings. Then birds also. All the birds also use wings. See how to write in your rough book animals and their organ of movement. See your textbook. Some exercises are given in your textbook and write in the rough book. So next characteristics of living beings is why do animals move? Animals move in search of food and to get away from their enemies. Then how do plants move? Do the plants move from one place to another place? No. The roots of the plants hold them firmly into the soil. But the roots of the soil grow deep into the soil and their branches grow upwards. Then some flowers show their movement. See, the sunflower flower moves, shows its face towards the east in the morning and it turns towards west in the evening. These types of movements you can see in the plants. We have learned 5 characteristics of living beings. 4 more characteristics we will study in the next class. Till then, download the textbooks. We have sent you the link. You have to download the text, soft copies of the textbook, and read the textbook and understand the characteristics of living organisms.